everyone from Oxnard, California. I'm Lindsay Draper, and I am joined by Rob Phillips and Bryan Broaddus, my guys from DallasCowboys.com, out here on the practice fields. Yeah, we've got a question on our hands today that we need to debate, and it revolves around Dan Bailey. He's missed a couple of field goals and a couple of practices, which might not seem like a big deal to the rest of the league or other teams, but for us, we're not used to that. So is this alarming, Bryan?
It is alarming, and Rob, you should pay attention to this.
Okay, it's going down.
I've been watching practice.
Last year, the last month of the season, Dan Bailey wasn't nearly good enough. We're so used to seeing Dan Bailey being automatic, and Jason Garrett and the staff could tell us, hey, everything's okay, we have trust in Dan. I get all that. But when you're now getting into that mode where you're missing multiple kicks in practice, and I'm talking about from makeable distances from Dan Bailey, and they're putting him in situations where it's a game winner, it's a game tire, and he's missing those, you can't tell me that you're not concerned.
I'm not concerned yet. Okay,
yet?
That's where I'm going.
Yet.
I want to get into the game situations and see how he performs when preseason starts. At this point, not worried about it because of his body of work. Jason Garrett mentioned that, look, he is the second all-time most accurate field goal kicker in NFL history, and he is for a reason. I talked to him in the offseason. He talked about being healthy. He talked about getting in a routine in the offseason. It is kind of like a golf swing. You guys play golf. I mean, it can be a head thing and a routine thing for kickers. I don't want to see his confidence dip, and I hope that's not the case, but I feel like he's a little bit of a different bird as a kicker in this league. From what he's done throughout his career, I think he's obsessive about getting this right, and I do think he will get this right.
Oh, he's healthy though right now. Why are we missing kicks?
Well, again, that's why I hope it's not a confidence thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's still a month to go in the preseason. He'll still get some opportunities in preseason, and I'm banking on him turning this thing around because, look, he missed one early in camp, and it was an operation thing, maybe,
sure.
And then he went 5-6 straight practices, no misses.
But Rob, they're putting him in situations now, what they would, and you know, Garrett's big on situations.
And I hear you, and those are short kicks.
And they're short kicks, and he's missing them.
Right.
I mean, I think there has to be some concern there. You can talk about mechanics and all that. I don't know if Dan Bailey is the same kicker that we've seen from all those years before. Something obviously is not right.
Well, we're going to have to find out, and we get into the games, and this keeps up, then it's something to monitor. I will say it's weird watching defensive guys celebrate at practice when that happens, because long-term,
is weird.
Not a good thing.
All right, Bryan Broaddus, Rob Phillips, keep it on DallasCowboys.com for much more news on this and more point counterpoints on the way from Oxnard, California.